The sound guy, Kim. You know, actually I could use a little more piano while I'm being a ball breaker. Just a little more in that front box. These are the monitors. Can you guys understand all this blabbering I'm doing? All right, I don't want to be like one of these guys that talks too much, but I was thinking about this next song I'm going to do, and I think I told this story the first time I ever played in this country. I played at the Vega. I was opening up for a friend of mine, and I was there alone and just had my guitar, and I just started thinking about, reasons why I got into this music thing. And I guess when I was a kid, my family, they split up, the divorce thing. My dad, he took off, and we didn't see much of him. Before I was into rock and roll, I was into like karate, like Bruce Lee and Kung Fu. They had a TV show, Grasshopper, take the pebble from my hand, and then he beat the shit out of some guy. But it was positive, And my dad said, you're into all that Kung Fu shit, Bruce Lee. Don't hit any girls, whatever you do. So I'm in second grade, he takes off, and I started to get into music. First I was into Kiss, I started to dress up in tinfoil and spit ketchup for blood. And then I got into the Ramones and the Sex Pistols because it was really aggressive, and I took all that crazy karate energy and put it into writing songs. And I started to try to go to school in Queens. I grew up in this place called Queens, New York. It's a borough. It's nothing to do with Freddie Mercury or drag queens or RuPaul or anything glamorous. It's pretty boring and closed-minded. All the people in Queens want to get the fuck out. And I'm trying to go to junior high school because my mother is still very serious. And we live in this little apartment, a studio apartment, and I share a room with my kid sister, and my mother sleeps out by the couch, and she's very serious about college. You're gonna go to college. She's from that generation. Go to college. You're gonna go to college. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna play punk rock. No, you're not. You're gonna go to college. It's a 50s mentality in the 70s and the 80s now. Forget it, late 80s. I'm in junior high school, PS 193. I like the Ramones. I got a shirt. I got a leather jacket. I'm 13 years old. I'm bored to shit of the kids. And every day I'm getting beat up. I'm getting laughed at by girls in like Jordache, Sassoon jeans, and people that are still looking like John Travolta, Saturday Night Fever. I don't know what to do. And every day they're picking on me, and these girls are laughing at me at Spanish class. Ah, the Clash, yeah, the Raymonds, the Ramones. I don't know what to do. And I'm really beaten down. Now it's a Friday afternoon, I'm in Spanish class, and these two girls are laughing at everything I'm wearing, and I just lose my mind. And I get up in Spanish class, my little fucking 13-year-old ass, and I walk over to their desk, and I don't know what to do. I'm so pissed off, I think of my dad. Don't hit a girl. I'm like, all right, what do? I gotta get them really back. So I decided to take my penis out, and I take it out and I slap it on the desk a few times, and they go, oh my God, and they drag me down to the principal's office, and they bring my mother in, like, Jesse Malin, this is your mother, what the fuck is this guy? He could be, yeah, that's my son. He could be a potential rapist. He took his penis out. And my mom's like, well, he likes the punk rocks, the Dead Kennedy, the Circle Jerk, the Black Flag, the Ramones. So Mr. Pittman, the principal, says, well, you know what they do to radicals in this country? He's like, the Lenny Bruces, the Jello Biafras. I'm like, what? No school for 2 weeks. Oh, this is great, radical. So we get home, and this is like, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna have all this fun. My mother's like, you're not leaving the room, no TV, no telephones, no guitar, no movies, nothing. I know this is gonna suck. And this is the first night I'm in my room. I'm like, oh boy, I don't know what I'm gonna do for fucking 2 weeks. So this is before they had the internet or the telephone 970 jerk or any of those outlets for kids. I was a big listener. And I used to listen around the corner, and I hear my mother at about 11 o'clock. She's talking to her boyfriend. She lives in the living room, I'm in the room. And I hear her, I'm starting to listen. This is what we did before Facebox. And I'm listening. And she says, yeah. And I hear her talking. She says, what my son did today at school? My mother's boyfriend's like, what? He took his penis out and he slammed it on a girl's desk. My mother's boyfriend cracks up. My mother cracked up. And I wasn't, blocked in my room anymore. I was free to go. I wasn't punished. This goes out to my mother's boyfriend and anybody else that ever thought differently in the world. It's a new song called I Stand True. There are places I remember I've been here before. Up and down these streets of sorrow, looking for a song. Wake up in the town again, where they always got something to say, because I stand true. Next round, Joe Durso.
Well, Joe comes up, I'm thinking now that the dressing room treatment for resolving conflict. I'm wondering if at the UN if they had like a desks, you know.
I think Bill Clinton took that class.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah, but he didn't swallow. I mean, he didn't inhale.
Well, anyway, you know, the Americans, we might have a budget by now if we could do some desks.